The clock is no longer ticking, it is screaming. As of this moment, a seismic shift is rippling through the global financial underworld, a silent alarm that has been triggered and cannot be undone. What was for decades a whispered prayer, a fringe theory discussed in hushed tones on obscure forums, has erupted into a deafening roar across multiple, highly placed intelligence and financial channels. The activation sequence for the global currency reset, specifically for the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong, has officially been initiated. This is not another baseless rumor from a shady Telegram channel. This is the culmination of a meticulously orchestrated, decades-long plan entering its final, irreversible phase. We are now in a live 24-hour countdown to an event that will fundamentally rewrite the global economic order and shatter every conventional understanding of wealth, power, and value. For those holding Dinar, what you are about to experience in the next single day will eclipse every financial achievement of your entire life combined. This is the moment where the faithful are separated from the doubters, where the patient are rewarded on a scale that is almost biblical in its proportion. The term game over in our title is not a metaphor. It signifies the end of the old financial system's ability to suppress these currencies and the beginning of a new paradigm where global currency values are leveled, where a new asset-backed standard emerges from the ashes of the petrodollar. The intelligence we have received, which we have spent the last 12 hours feverishly cross-referencing, points to a series of coordinated clandestine actions happening right now. Tier 1 banking institutions in the European Union and Asia have begun what is known as a liquidity isolation protocol on their forex trading platforms, a clear precursor to the introduction of a new, highly volatile or massively revalued currency pair. This isn't something the public sees. This is back-end financial plumbing work that only happens when a system-wide change is imminent. Furthermore, we have confirmed through 3 separate sources with direct links to the IMF settlement department that the so-called rainy day fund allocations, a cryptic term for the funds earmarked to cover the initial exchange liabilities of the RV, were moved from a dormant custodial account to an active operational one at precisely 2:00 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. This is the financial equivalent of a missile being raised from its silo. The asset is now live and in position. And then there are the rate sightings. Throughout the night, we have been inundated with screenshots and reports from individuals, bankers, Treasury Department staff, and even a few courageous Forex traders, showing flickers of new, astronomically higher exchange rates for the IQD and VND on their internal test systems. These rates are not the 3 decimal point figures we are used to. We are talking about whole numbers that would turn a modest investment into a generational fortune. These sightings are the digital ghosts of the new financial reality trying to break through, appearing for seconds at a time before being wiped from the system. This is the final, most compelling piece of evidence that the suppression firewall is failing. The system cannot hold back the true value any longer. The digital dam is cracking, and these flickers are the first jets of water bursting through. The next 24 hours will be a whirlwind of chaos, confusion, and deliberate disinformation from the mainstream media, who are under strict orders to maintain calm until the very last second. They will call it a sudden market correction, a glitch, a speculative bubble, anything but the truth. But you, sitting here watching this, you are now ahead of the curve. You are in the eye of the hurricane, in a moment of surreal calm before the storm of a lifetime makes landfall and reshapes the entire financial coastline of our world. Your patience was the key that unlocked this door, and now the door is finally irrefutably opening. So what does this mean for you practically in these next critical hours? Let's move past the high-level intelligence and break down the exact sequence of events you can expect as we move through this final countdown. The first tangible sign you will personally witness will likely be the complete and unceremonious freezing of the major online Forex trading platforms that currently list the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong. Sites like XECOM, OA&A, and others will suddenly show an error message or a blank field where the IQD rate used to be. Do not be alarmed when this happens. This is not a failure. It is a necessary procedure. This is the global financial system physically unplugging the old, artificial rate from the network to prepare for the installation of the new real rate. It is the digital equivalent of a surgeon clamping an artery before a life-saving transplant. This blackout period may last for several hours, and during this time, the silence from official channels will be deafening. This is the most dangerous window for your resolve to be tested. This is when the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the classic food campaign, will be at its peak. Mainstream news outlets will run stories dismissing the event, calling it a technical error or a minor market adjustment. They will trot out so-called financial experts who have mocked the dinar investment for years to tell you that nothing is happening, that it was always a scam, and that you should abandon all hope. You must understand that this is a psychological operation, a final desperate filter to separate the truly informed from the easily swayed. Your knowledge at this moment is your only shield. Remember the evidence we just discussed, the liquidity protocols, the moved IMF funds, the flickering rates. Those were real. This media noise is the last gasp of a dying system. Following the blackout, the next phase will be the controlled release of information to banking institutions worldwide. This will not be a public announcement on television. It will be an encrypted, Priority 1 memo from the Federal Reserve and the Bank for International Settlements to the CEOs of every major bank on the planet. This memo will contain the new official international exchange rates and the strict non-negotiable operational procedures for the redemption process. Bank staff will be called in for emergency, all-hands-on-deck meetings. You will see this trickle out onto social media first. Whispers from bank employees, pictures of crowded bank parking lots on a Sunday, vague posts from friends of friends who work in finance saying something big is going down. This is your confirmation. This is the real world domino effect starting. Then the final public curtain will drop. A joint live press conference will be convened, likely featuring representatives from the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and the central banks of Iraq and Vietnam. Their statements will be carefully worded, full of complex economic jargon, but the message will be unmistakable. Historic monetary reform has been completed. A new chapter of global economic stability has begun, and the currencies of these nations have been revalued to reflect their true asset-backed worth. They will speak of a one-time only window for citizens and investors to exchange their old currency notes for the new value. This will be the moment the entire world wakes up to what you have known was coming for years. The global scramble will begin, but because you held fast during the blackout, because you understood the process, you will not be scrambling. You will be prepared, you will be calm. You will have your documents in order, your plan of action set, and your mind focused on the single most important task ahead, navigating the redemption process with precision and peace of mind, transforming the paper you have held for so long into life-changing, tangible wealth. The waiting is over, the action is now. This is the final stretch, the last few turns of the key in the lock. And what you do with this information right now will define the rest of your life and the lives of your bloodline for generations. The official announcement has been made. The new rates are live, and the world is in a state of pure, unadulterated financial pandemonium. But you are not the world, you are part of an elite group that saw this coming. And now we must execute with flawless precision. The first and most critical step is to remain absolutely calm and do not, under any circumstances, rush to your bank the very second you see the news break. The initial 12 to 24 hours after the public announcement will be the most chaotic and potentially dangerous period. Banks will be overwhelmed, their systems will be stressed, and their staff will be poorly trained on the new procedures. Your goal is not to be the first person in line. Your goal is to be the most informed, prepared, and successful person in that line. Use this precious time to do 3 things with meticulous care. First, gather your documents. You will need your original physical Dinar or Dong notes, your government-issued photo identification, your social security card or its equivalent, and proof of your acquisition of the currency if you have it. Place them all in a secure, waterproof folder. Second, you must decide on your redemption strategy. Will you be doing a standard exchange at a Tier 1 bank like Chase or Wells Fargo, or will you be utilizing the private, appointment-only redemption centers that will be established for larger holders? You must know this before you go. And third, you must have a wealth management plan that is already drafted and ready to be activated. The moment your funds are deposited, your life will change, and without a plan, you will be vulnerable. You must have the contact information for a reputable, pre-vetted asset protection attorney and a fiduciary financial advisor already in your phone. This is not the time for guesswork. This is the time for a military-style operation where every detail has been pre-arranged. When you finally walk into that bank, you will do so with the quiet confidence of someone who owns the moment. You will be polite but firm. You will be patient but persistent. You will ask to speak to the bank manager directly, and you will clearly state that you are there for the global currency reset exchange protocol. There may be confusion, there may be delays, but your knowledge and preparedness will guide the process. Remember, you are not asking for a favor, you are participating in a preordained global financial event. Once the exchange is complete and the funds are transferred into your account, your immediate mission is asset protection. Do not make large, impulsive purchases. Do not tell everyone you know. Your first calls should be to your legal and financial team to implement the plan you prepared during the countdown. This is about securing the foundation before you build the castle. This wealth is a tool, a resource to build a legacy of freedom, security, and positive impact. It is a responsibility as much as it is a reward. You have been entrusted with this opportunity because you had the vision to see what others called a fantasy and the fortitude to hold on when others let go. Now, that faith is being converted into a physical reality. The countdown clock has hit 0. The game is over for the old system of control, and it is just beginning for you. A new world of possibilities is now at your fingertips. You are no longer waiting for freedom. You are holding it in your hands. You are the living, breathing proof that conviction and patience are the most powerful currencies of all. And now, I need you to do one last thing for me. This is the most important call to action you will ever receive. The information in this video is the key, but what you do next is what unlocks the door. Right now, in this very moment, you need to subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications. The next 24 to 48 hours will be fluid, and I will be going live multiple times to provide real-time updates, breakdowns of the redemption process as it unfolds, and critical, last-minute intelligence that you will not get anywhere else. This is not just about getting information, it's about staying connected to the only source that guided you through this entire journey to the moment of truth. Hit that subscribe button, click the bell, and I will see you in the next live update. Your future self will thank you for taking this final, crucial step.